This is a visual presentation of the story, scenes, plot, resolution, and exact structure between my movie entitled A Chain Reaction, copywritten registration date October 16, 2001, and the movie entitled Barbershop, copywritten registration date in 2002. I will also present visually authentic email dialogue between myself and the actual person and source to whom I originally gave my complete story fully shot digitally, and how it became exposed and stolen by the now accredited writer of the comedy hit movie Barbershop, Mark Brown and Don Scott. In 2001, after shooting what I thought to be a brilliant movie in concept, I submitted a copy of my movie to Mr. Ralph Scott, who was program director with BHERC, Black Hollywood Educational Resource Center. They were conducting a film festival of which Mr. Scott said he was always looking for great films and filmmakers to help him promote. After hearing absolutely nothing from him for several months after I submitted my movie to him, the movie Barbershop was being promoted and eventually in theaters. I then made several phone calls to Mr. Scott, but now couldn't seem to reach him, nor were my messages returned. The comparisons between my movie and Barbershop was beyond the basic and general likeliness of some movies. Even several professional viewpoints and people who saw my movie either thought that I had sold my movie to Barbershop or that it had definitely been stolen.
Yo, what's your name? What's your name? I got it this morning. What's that? I got Matrix 6. I got Next Saturday with Ice Cube and Bobby Brown.
DVDs, CDs.
Not,
yeah, baby, whatever you
today,
want,
man.
Crystal, whatever you want, man.
Not today,
got
man.
that new DMX, baby.
It's going out.
Ice Cube, as the owner, name was Calvin with a tan hat on backwards. I was originally also the owner, named Alvin with a tan hat on backwards.
You always trying to put somebody out, man.
Go.
Always.
Man, get out of here. Damn. All right. Well, next week I'm gonna have.
I'm trying to put somebody out, man.
Go.
Always.
Also look at these next striking comparisons. Listen, long after patiently discovering that Ralph Scott had moved to New York now, with only one way of contacting him only, by his email, I emailed him, to his surprise, and this is the following. Hello, Ralph Scott. How are you? This is Virgil Carter, the young man who submitted to you my movie called Chain Reaction at Raleigh Studios on Melrose in LA. It must have had a positive impact on you because I have a recorded message from you when you were in LA requesting another submission from me of any new movie material. You asked me to call you back at the number that you provided at that time. I called the number that you left several times and left messages, as you know, but I guess you changed your mind on actually touching bases with me. I do appreciate and came to know that you did fully observe my professionally packaged movie. However, the only response I received from you was almost a year later requesting new material. While the first submission to you, as I have learned, was passed on by you to Don Scott, the writer of Barbershop, I am honored to have found out that at the least my movie, talent and name, is in the mind of some heavy hitters. We recently attended a BHERC, Black Hollywood Education and Resource Center meeting. I was glad to know that you are still the program director in this organization, as well as Don Scott being highly affiliated with you and BHERC. We have gathered a lot of valuable information, which let me proudly know that if I desire to submit any of my latest projects, then you definitely have the best connection and will pass it on to Mr. Don Scott. Even though I have learned that you're in New York right now, I still would like to know if it is still possible for you to get more of mine in the hands of Don Scott so that I may get a referral to an agent, such as the Endeavor Agency, Rick Rosen, Jason Spitz. I hope that these factual events will work to my advantage in getting my name, the notoriety and success which I have worked so hard to achieve. Please at the least return my email in respect for the fact that my work has circulated by you, yet I have not been helped nor acknowledged. Hey Virgil, yes, I am in New York now. I am not sure which number you were calling. Maybe it was one of my old numbers before my move. Remind me about Chain Reaction. As you can understand, I see a lot of short films. And what was the response from Don Scott regarding your film, Hit Me? Thank you, Ralph. I was glad to hear your response. I will, in brief, remind you of the most outstanding structure, plot, resolution, and eye-catching comical setting of my copywritten independent movie called A Chain Reaction. While working as a stunt double for Eddie Murphy on a movie called Showtime, I met a barber who cut my hair and worked at the barber shop called Ice Fades. This is the barber who would come to the set and cut my hair for doubling Eddie Murphy or do it at Ice Fades. Even the movie Barbershop coincidentally showed the same place and the same barber, practically doing the same thing. This comparison is only an extra minor by itself, but the major comparisons of the stories to follow will be the main convincing entree. With knowing this barber, therefore, Ice Fades Barbershop had no problem with me bringing in a small crew and digitally shooting an eye-catching comical string of characters and events. In my movie, A Chain Reaction, the leading role was played by myself with a Beretta hat on backwards named Alvin. Ice Cube's name with the same hat on backwards was Calvin. I created the character of Alvin to be of a humble, caring, giving person, helping the homeless and misfortunate. Ice Cube as Calvin was very kind, giving, always had a good word and deed for the broke and misfortunate also.
Hey, yo, bruh! Bruh! Stay strong, bruh!
As we're about to follow the exact same structure, plot, resolution, and story of each movie, also look at these next striking comparisons of scenes and characters.
Yeah, he stole my donuts and my cookies.
Oh man, what you mean he stole your donuts?
Who drank my apple juice?
My donuts.
Hold on, man. Let me get Come on, y'all.
It's a possibility that Jimmy drank your apple juice. Small possibility. But nobody saw him. You didn't see him. So all you can do is act.
In Chain Reaction, I first wrote of someone's personal groceries being stolen in the barbershop to create an argument and an ultimate showdown.
Did you steal some donuts?
He ain't gonna tell you the truth.
Did you drink my apple juice?
Not only do these characters look the same in black, my character mentions Ice Cube's name.
I got it this morning. Yo, man, I got Matrix 6. I got next Saturday with Ice Cube and
DVDs, CDs.
There's Ice Cube.
Yeah, baby, whatever you
today,
want.
man.
Crystal, whatever you want, man.
Not today,
Got that
man.
new DMX, baby.
He's gone now.
Man, get out of here.
damn. All right.
Again, not only do these characters look the same in black, my character mentions Ice Cube's name. Little did I know that I was also giving them the thought of who would play the leading role in Barbershop.
I'm trying to put somebody out, man.
Go!
This character I created to be very naive, with a flat hat, work clothes, and mostly cleaning. Again, these two characters look like twins. Whoever cast it in Barbershop definitely examined my movie. But then there's more. I created this character who loves to sing, and guess what? You guessed it.
Sing. What? What are you singing at?
Though the character of Alvin played by myself is sitting in the chair, he is actually the owner of the barbershop, who of course is patronizing and getting his own haircut in his own shop, as most barbers do. He is responsible for all who works there while he is there or in his absence.
You put too much faith in this guy.
As you can see, this guy is that guy.
What they say?
Again, we'll see that I created the character of Alvin to be very loving, giving, and caring to make the audience love him.
I just wanted you to know everything you've done meant so much to me.
It's okay. Quit crying.
I just thank you so much. I didn't even know anyone cared that much about me.
I should thank you.
Calvin's character is also very caring, concerned, and kind.
Such a spectacle of myself. But your words were kind. I believe they were. Stay strong.
My story also first showed that Alvin pursued many business ventures, one of which primarily was to also build up and invest in his own music and DJ studio.
Coming up, this is your radio station personality, Alvin Lovett, and we're live here in the studio on...
Trying to get this studio together so we can finally make some money off this stuff.
This next event in the story was written to show a business deal gone bad with an older businessman. This was my design to show a major problem and down point in Alvin's life.
He went on and on about selling the building.
Right, but hey, you don't
it
have
didn't
them,
sound
so,
too
hey,
good.
I can't deal with it, you know. I'm gonna sell the shit myself. I'm tired of this shit, okay?
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Wallace? Yeah, this Calvin. You think it'd be all right if I come through there and talk to you? Come on, Mr. Wallace.
Get out of my office. I gotta go now.
In my writing, I created a major robbery, which was publicized and broadcasted on the news. This became the key point in which the guilt and attention pointing towards Alvin's party would lead Alvin to the real criminals personally.
Update in Orange County, where apparently, according to witnesses, a man in a blue car beat, assaulted a security guard, and then robbed the Gold Star Antique Salon at 18th and Waters.
I'm Crazy Howard, topping the news. Last night, someone stole the new ATM machine.
Though Alvin became the suspect himself in Chain Reaction, this was simply designed to place Alvin's party in a position to bag the real criminals and get the reward money himself, as you will see. In Barbershop, it is the same building story pointing toward Calvin's party, who will also bag the real criminals with the reward money going to Calvin. Being the suspect also, I chose to be pictured in a bandana.
The suspect is still at large with a getaway of over $80,000.
Guess what?
We got surveillance tape from the camera at the check cashing place next door. And by the end of the day, I will know something. You understand? Later, Calvin.
All right.
Again, in my movie, all this was leading towards one thing. Alvin's fallen business ventures and need for money would be brought out of the same problem in the form of a reward.
Police and owner of the Golden Star Antique Salon are offering a $10,000 reward for
There may even be a reward for an ATM machine.
This would lead to the party who didn't do it to take it upon themselves to get to the bottom and solve the case themselves.
I didn't do it.
I didn't do it. If I thought you did it, I wouldn't have never bailed you out.
You didn't do it, did you?
Of course not. Of course not. I didn't do it, so I didn't.
In my movie, I used a vehicle, a truck, to be the key factor in which pointed the robbery in Alvin's direction, yet redirected the robbery back to the real criminal's direction.
The same night you borrowed my truck? I've been calling you all day about the bumper. Now they got photos of the plate.
In my movie, the robbery was committed by two comical young men, one dark-skinned and one light-skinned, who was known for wearing a red hat. Guess what? We will hear that it was a certain truck which created the link.
We saw you and another man in a blue and white truck moving stuff in. He was videotaping, and he showed it to us.
And just what did y'all see?
Hey, this ain't Chris Down. What it's gonna do, baby?
Come on, get it. Throw it up in there. Go.
Don't you worry about what we robbed.
Oh, we gonna get paid. We gonna
Man, I never knew money could be so heavy.
$80,000.
We got $50,000 back at the motel.
In my movie, the two men used a truck to commit the robbery, but made it appear that it was Alvin's vehicle on the scene of the crime.
Hey, this ain't Chris Down. What it's gonna do, baby?
Come on, get it. Throw it up in there. Go.
In chain reaction, the truck and the license plate was helping things to all add up.
Hold on, let me get this license plate.
The same night you borrowed my truck? I've been calling you all day about the bumper. Now they got photos of the plate.
In chain reaction, I also wanted to show the two men laughing and boasting that the police were not looking in their direction, but in Alvin's.
You got the police thinking that they're looking for somewhat fool name, Alvin or something.
You going to jail for life, player. And when you do get out, I'm gonna be long gone. Woo-hoo. Hey, don't drop the soap. Come on, man.
What'd he say, man?
Help
What we
me get
gonna
this in
do?
there. We gonna crack this piggy bank and get paid.
In my movie, Alvin, as usual, led the way to an old truck garage and junkyard to try to put pieces together. But there he also ran into the two criminals.
If anything happens, I want to get it on camera. Okay. Let's go.
Hey, yo, Rick, hold up. Gotta call some backup for us.
Oh, if it ain't the man of many faces,
Mr. Alvin.
JD.
Hey, Rick, no! Hey, get back! Yeah, pretty Ricky. What's up, baby? How you like your chicken, Ricky? Huh? Original extra crispy. Huh? Good.
Having no budget and only getting friends and actors to volunteer in helping me shoot my movie, I simply created a resolution in capturing the two men by use of gunpoint, and then their arrest by the police, which was announced by news report.
We can talk.
I'll take that.
Y'all think y'all gonna get away with this?
Shut up. Time up. Yeah, oh, Mr. Alvin's here. How the hell you let the old woman pull a gun on you, man?
I'm all right.
You sure?
I'm good. There go the thugs you want over there.
Simmons, Fred.
These dudes are fine.
Come on, man. We found that.
Now with the issue of the real two criminals being resolved, this ordeal turned from a problem to a blessing due to, you guessed it, the reward money.
Hi, I'm Valerie Vaughn, and this is FYI News. The focus has now shifted in the case of the Gold Star Antique Salon robbery to new suspects now apprehended and identified as Sean Willis and his accomplice Malik Trapp, who were employed as security for the antique salon. Authorities have closed the case as an inside job while pardoning and granting a $10,000 reward to Alvin Lovett, who provided the evidence responsible for their capture.
How'd we get out of that?
He wasn't gonna shoot nobody. He had on leather pants.
Yo, peep this out.
Yo, it's a...
You get a reward if you turn this in. Did you know that?
You guessed it.
Hey, yo, Detective Williams. Remember who found this?
Granting a $10,000 reward.
You get a reward if you turn this in. Did you know that? Hey, yo, Detective Williams. Remember who found this?
This next song to everybody to live. Chain reaction coming at you right here on KUBU.
I'll do anything for you. For you I die. You're all I need. For you.
And oh yeah, the girl that I officially met at my barbershop who became my wife, who also looks a lot like Calvin's wife in Barbershop, who Calvin also met at a special place, you guessed it again, at his barbershop.
I met you here.
Again, Alvin and Calvin both own barbershops and also pursued a music studio with their women supporting them.
I'll support you, you know that. If it's a studio, fine.
My movie was not read as an unshot script by the writers of Barbershop, but actually was received and viewed fully shot, which explains why the story is not only the exact same, but why so much look alike or similar. Notice the light yellow and red painted walls and setting, just an additional visual to notice.
And each couple lived happily ever after with their barbershops, business, and dreams.
Chain reaction coming at you right here on KUBU.
These comparisons were my answer to Ralph Scott, who asked me to remind him of having my movie, and also who asked me what was writer Don Scott's response. With Ralph Scott knowing that Don Scott saw my movie, I said Don Scott's response to my movie was the movie Barbershop. Though my movie was only shot and copywritten as a first draft story, I still took extremes to package it professionally, to look outstanding, interesting, and hard to overlook without viewing it. It worked. Only it got viewed so much that it got stolen instead of it getting viewed to give me the requested help, recognition, or financial support to reshoot it. However, after proving these striking comparisons, Ralph Scott suddenly admits as to viewing my film, but now also knowing I am speaking of copyright infringement, he now contradictingly denies the connection to Don Scott. This was my final response to Ralph Scott. In my first letter to you, I clearly stated that you did receive my movie and that you did give it to Don Scott. Your reply to me concerning my statement was, what was the response from Don Scott regarding your film? As to telling you of having my film, you with less certainty replied that you did not remember. As to telling you of giving it to Don Scott, you with a stronger sense of likeliness replied, what was the response from Don Scott regarding your film? It wasn't until you realized that I was proving the perfect comparisons between my movie and Barbershop that you changed your reply from, what was his response, to, I never gave it to Don Scott, or copy or otherwise. Men of your professions who, quote, are always looking for good films, end quote, would never notice or otherwise conceive nor write stupid stuff like mine. After all, who would go to see that kind of stuff if it was on the big screen? Now that you have admitted that you saw my film after forgetting this stupid stuff, why did you call me after Barbershop was out, asking me for more of my work if my first work was so otherwise forgotten about? I guess you remembered to ask me for more stuff to forget about. If there is anything else that you have amnesia about, before you deny it so quickly, wait until you see what is known. As you can see, Mark Brown is even the more prominent name connected with the screenplay and story of Barbershop. Mark Brown carefully examined my movie, courtesy of Ralph Scott. Mark Brown is also known and affiliated with personnel of BHERC. And there you have it, a clad iron illegal copyright infringement of a movie that even Stevie Wonder could see was stolen.
Yeah, he stole my donuts and my cookies.
Who drank my apple juice?
Did you steal some donuts?
Did you drink my apple juice?
What are you singing at?
What they saying?
No one cared that much about me.
I met you here.
And we live here in the studio on...
Trying to get this studio together so we can finally make some money off this stuff.
And then rob the Gold Star and
Last night, someone stole the new
suspect $10,000 reward for
There may even be a
A reward for an ATM machine?
I didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
You didn't do it, did you?
All day about the bumper. Now they got photos of the plate.
Hey, this ain't Chris Down.
Come on,
What it's gonna
get
do, baby?
Come on, get it. Throw it up in there. That, everybody.
Don't you worry about what we robbed.
Oh, who you gonna get paid?
$80,000.
We got $50,000.
You got the police thinking that they're looking for somewhat fool named Alvin or something.
You going to jail for life, player. And when you do get out, I'm gonna be long gone.
Hey, yo, Rick, hold up.
If it ain't the man of many faces.
Mr. Alvin.
JD!
Hey, Rick, no, I can't do that. You get back. Come on, man, we
To new suspects now apprehended and granting a $10,000 reward to Alvin Lovett.
You get a reward if you turn this in. Did you know that?
Yeah, Ice Cube, of course we knew that. After all, we saw the whole story already. It was stolen from Virgil Carter's A Chain Reaction. The purpose of making my movie was not to release it on the first draft, but to change actors, lengthen the script, and even change the title, then release it. But can you imagine seeing my story now that it's been stolen and published? Everyone would think that I stole my movie from seeing Barbershop, when mine was done way before Barbershop came out, or before I even saw Barbershop. Think about this thought. If someone you met dropped their keys, and only one of those keys just happened to look like yours, and coincidentally fit one of your 75 personal items that you had locked up at home, that's a coincidence. But if someone drops 75 keys and all of them look like yours and all 75 of those keys just happen to fit 75 personal things that you had locked up at home, you better call the law, because those are your keys and they've been stolen.